Hi everyone, so today we're going to learn how to draw these really cool dragon eyes. So this was the one that I did earlier on, and then Millie did this really cool one too. Luke did try it, but he said it was too hard and definitely for the older group. So we're going to give it a go and see how we get on. So I'm going to hand camera over to Millie. Thanks, Mill. And I'm going to draw it. So as usual, guys, start with pencil. I'm only using the marker just so you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with a line coming up from about an inch off the side of my page. And I'm going to go up and curve it around like this. And this is the top part of your eye. And then I'm going to come from about here and I'm going to turn this into kind of like a lemon or a leaf shape like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the next thing I'm going to do is do the pupil of the eye. Actually, I might grab... Do we have Luke's one? No. So there's a few different ways that you can do your pupil, and I'm actually going to do them down here. You can do the pupil of your dragon's eye like this if you want, but I'm going to make this a little bit more elaborate just so it looks super fancy. So I'm going to do mine kind of like an upside down Christmas tree. So I've got curves on each side like that.
You could even put a star at the top.
No, don't put a star at the top. So the next thing you're going to do is draw around your eye like so. And what we're going to end up doing is filling this all in black. But just so you can see how this is done, I'm going to draw it all first and then I'm going to do the bit of colour into it. So the next thing I'm going to do is trace a line out as far as my eyelid like this, and another one on that side like that. And I'm going to break this up into scales. So you can do big ones and small ones, you can have little ones. It's almost like drawing bricks on a wall. So you've got a few
or like the Zentangle art.
If you know what Zentangle art is, but we haven't done that yet. Not online. And then this one I'm going to divide up here and do kind of smaller scales. So at the moment it doesn't look like much, but when we add colour it will. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit cooler. So I'm going to do another layer of scales up here. And then I always think dragons have lots of kind of horny bits coming out of them. So I'm going to draw that shape, and out of that there's going to be a big horn.
You can see it in this one over here.
Thanks, Mel. And then I'm going to do another one with a smaller horn.
Looks like a shark's fin.
Does look like a shark's fin. And I'm also going to do a few down here. That's not very good. Okay. Right. Let's get colouring. So we used oil pastels to do this, but obviously if you don't have oil pastels, you can use paint. Markers might take a little bit of time, but it will be worth doing. Crayon works really well. And also, if you do this on a black sheet of paper,
it'll look awesome.
It will look awesome. A black sheet of paper with oil pastels, you don't even have to fill in the black bits because it will be done for you. So I've done all around my eye black, and I'm doing my pupil black as well. Obviously my colouring is not going to be great because I'm trying to do it very quickly and not taking my time over it. I think this is why Luke thought this was really hard, because oil pastels can be messy and he didn't like the finish he got. Okay, I've got that much done. Let's make it look more realistic. So we talked about highlights in the eyes before, so I'm going to put a highlight over here and I'm going to put another highlight here. So I'm going to draw those in first. So I've got kind of a triangle.
To put mine in.
Yeah, but it still looks good. You can show it, Millie, there while I'm colouring in. So Millie forgot to put hers in, but it still looks really good. So if you do forget to put it in, don't worry too much. Okay, so then I'm just going to go in with my yellow and colour all the way. Now, see the way the black kind of gets mixed up?
Is it like a retro?
It's a bit messy, so just be a little bit more careful. So what I'm going to do is kind of colour around it. Now, if you're using crayons, this won't happen. And if you're using markers, it shouldn't happen either. But the thing with oil pastels is they're quick, so that's why we're using them today. Okay, so I've got that much done.
They
Looks
give a
quite
nice
cool.
effect as well.
But it's not finished. So what I'm going to do is get orange and I'm going to do it kind of a little bit scribbly all the way around the pupil.
You can see it on this one here.
Thank you, Millie. To fill up that white gap. And then I'm going to go around the edges with my orange. And all of a sudden it starts to look like it's glowing. Like that. And then the final touches in my eyes, I've got my red. And I'm going to draw lots of
Hard to
kind
see
of...
that.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
So these are the veins and capillaries in our dragon's eye. So we want it to look like he's been asleep for years and he's just woken up. Okay, then I'm going to get my green oil pastel. It's very dirty. And I'm going to colour around my scales. Now, this takes time, so I'm not going to do all of it, but I just want to give you an idea of how we got the colours in.
It's very time consuming.
It is. And then I'm going to get a bit of blue because we want him to be kind of contrasting in colour. And I'm going to use that for the other side of the scales.
It looks really cool when you get
Yeah,
done.
so what we might do is rather than us colouring all of it, we're going to talk you through it. So we did green on one side and blue on the other. And then down at the bottom we did one layer of green and one layer of blue. And we coloured our scales kind of peach with some red on it. And then when you're finished all that, if you go back in, can I pass this to you, Millie? With your black oil pastel and kind of make a big border between each scale. It just really pops out at you.
It looks awesome.
It does look awesome. So that is how you do it. So you can get the idea from this and you want to eventually end up with one like this.
You can make it
Or one
into
like this.
this.
And then you can also, we might actually do this one next week. So this is a foldable one. So we might do this one next week. There's loads you can do. But for now, this is how you do your dragon's eye. Enjoy, folks. Chat to you later.